Welcome to our afternoon class. It's Thursday and we're going to begin shortly here. Just want to make a little introduction for those of you who don't know. These are some of the grandchildren that I have that train with me, and they're going to be instructing the class tonight in terms of showing you how to do warm-up drills and some of the conditioning drills that we do for our karate classes. So everyone bow, show me leg. Alright, very good. Okay, spread out a little bit, run with your arms. So that everyone is facing this direction. And switch, other way. And twisting. When you do warm-ups, a lot of times you repeat the same thing, and there's nothing wrong with that. As long as you get a good general workout. You can change body parts at different times as far as whether you work more shoulders or work more legs, hips, but a good general all-around body workout starts from the top of the head, goes to the toes, and back up. Again, this is not stretching, but just warming up. And switch. Alright, very good. Okay, then spread your legs a little bit, let your hands hang down, and then you're just going to make circles to your left. 1, continue, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good, switch the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, let your hands hang down. Then we're going to just reach up to the sky. 1, back down, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alright, very good. Then bring your knees together and around slowly. Go easy with the knees. 3, 4, 5. Then switch. 2, 3, 4, 5. Then just slightly pushing back on your knees. I've watched some students snap their knees. Not a good idea. Just nice and easy. Push them back. Alright, very good. Alright, shake it out a little bit. Then just lifting your left leg up and holding it. This is part of a balancing drill as well as part of stretching. Okay, switch. And bring the right leg up. Pull it in, hold it for just a little bit. Make sure you're breathing while you're stretching. Right, very good. Okay. Alright, from here, just put your hands out. Those of you who know Teki Shotokan, think of this action as you're doing Teki for warming up. Just inside. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. Then, just to the back, imagine if you put your hands back and you're just going to kick your legs back. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. All right, a couple more times around with the hip. And switch the other way. Good, then around with your arms. And switch. Okay, shake out your hands, nice and loose. Good, shake out your feet. Try to make it loose. Good, okay. All right, and then always remember to straighten your gi if you're wearing one. And again, usually you turn away to do that, but just always take time to be presentable. All right, very good. Okay, so this is just a light warm-up. Again, you're not stretching. We'll do that at the end. A warm-up should mean that you get your blood pressure elevated a little bit, you get breathing a little bit, and you feel a little bit of a sweat going, or maybe your body temperature warming up. That's a good warm-up. But again, not stretching. All right, very good. So the next thing that we'll do is what we do in terms of Kata training. We're just going to take a simple Kata and exercise it. We're not going to go through all of them, just one. And then after that, when you're testing, you do your kata, then you do your basics, and then you do kumite. So we'll do those 3 areas today, just not everything that we do, but just a general idea of what's taking place. And then you can follow along, or maybe what we do will spark remembering what your basics in kata and kumite is like. Won't be the exact representation, but you can get some idea what's going on. All right, very good. Okay, so let's have you guys all do kata. Just hand, shoulder. Okay?
Yes,
everyone? Okay? All right, very good. All right, facing the camera, shouldering leg. Hand, shoulder.
Hand, shoulder.
Good. By my count, 1, 2, 3, 4, go. Roll, 6, 8, cool. 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, go. Roll, 6, 8, cool. 10, 1. So this is a simple kata called hand shodan. As you can see, the kata is made up of different techniques. Not all the techniques that we know, but a limited amount of techniques. So not only are you performing technique in the kata, but you're also imagining, as you remember in class, that you're defending against several people at one time. All right, so this is unique to martial arts. A lot of other sports and things that you do, there might be one-on-one, but in karate, a lot of time it is a multiple attack on a person. And again, this kata demonstrates what you would do if somebody was attacking you. So we're going to maybe come back to that in just a little bit, but then the next thing that you do is warm-up or basics. Again, we're just going to do a simple level of warm-ups and basics and show you, and then again, hopefully that'll kind of get your memory going as to what you were doing before we took our break. All right, everyone facing this way, again, here facing the mirrors. And maybe Juliana, go ahead and lead in the middle, and then over off to the side. Okay, all right, so let's have you offset just a little bit. There you go, and then Haley, come on. All right, stepping out, gate on barrage, right? All right, stepping in, punching, shoot on target, chest level. 1, 2, 3, ki. Then stepping back, rising block. 1, 2, 3. Stepping forward, outside block. 1, 2, 3. Stepping back, downward block. 1, 2, 3. All right, let your hands come down. Then you're going to do front kick, stepping forward. 1, 2, 3. Then mate, turn around. Step back just a little bit. And again, 1, 2, 3. Right, then turn and face to the back of the dojo. Keep it up, stance. Looking to your left, side snap kick. 1, 2, 3. And mate, then coming back. 1, 2, 3. All right, turning to the left, side thrust kick. 1, 2, 3. Mate, side thrust. 1, 2, 3. All right, yame, stand up and facing back. So again, this is what we call basics or Kihon. Again, this is just one of the lowest levels that has been demonstrated tonight, but it goes up, much more difficulty, and the part of this exercise becomes much longer as well. Those going for black belt probably do the longest exam in terms of technique and time doing it, and not quite the most difficult, but certainly more difficult in combinations and things like that. So again, this is a simple level of basics, what we call Kihon. The first thing that they did was kata. Hopefully that jogs in your memory the kata that you were learning before we took our short break here. So now the next thing that we do is kumite in a karate class. And kumite is sometimes referred to as sparring, but not the concept of sparring like boxing or something like that. There, of course, there are karate techniques being used, but what is really crucial in the idea of kumite are working with one another. Someone's attacking, someone's defending. And the crucial part of that is to understand distance and timing and how to use that against your opponent, certainly in the dojo, but more importantly, outside. What if somebody would attack you? Understanding good distance and timing is what kumite is going to show us then. So we'll do that again in a little bit, but first I want to just have them run through a basic kumite. So partner up, please. And bow. All right, attack side facing the mirror wall, gate on barrage. Man! Right, punching Jodan by my count. 1, 2, 3. Block. Right, then to downward block. Defending side stands up. Ready? Punching face. 1, 2, 3. Then counter punch right away. Right? Don't wait for the counter. It must become immediate. All right, back to downward block. Then punching chest level. 1, 2, 3. Then back to gate up our eye. Attacking chest level. 1, 2, 3. Again, very good. Back to downward block. Now attacking for the stomach or called gate on. 1, 2, 3. Other side. Gate upper eye. Attacking stomach. 1, 2, 3. And yame and bop. All right, very good. Okay. All right, excellent. So those are the 3 areas that we work on in a traditional karate class. And again, they are called kata, Kihon, and Kumite, or meaning forms, basics, and then sparring. So let's break that down just a little bit, and I want to show you what's taking place in the first exercise we did called kata. And again, maybe hopefully this will jog your memory as to some of the things that we had done in class. But Juliana and Aiden, please. So if they are doing their kata and facing this direction again, and they start out the first few movements, Heian Shodan, downward block to your left, 1. Then this followed in by step and punch, 2. Then downward block, 3. Then this time we'll just do a step and punch, 4. All right, yame, stand up and bow. So let's have Juliana, you'll defend, so get in the middle. So as I said, this kata is demonstrating someone attacking, okay? And Ella, if you would please maybe come over to the other side. So as we do this again, of course this is choreography. We are making this attack organized and simulated so that they can defend. Each one knows where the attack's coming from, and then they're going to demonstrate the kata. But again, this is the way that all combat was done early on in the history of our country and of our world. You had military forces, and they trained in combat exercises, and the type of exercise that we're doing now, where you knew what the attack was going to be. All right, so it doesn't weaken it; it's just a form of training. So as Juliana's going to defend with this kata, and Aiden's going to attack. So again, we're going to tell him where he's going to attack, and then Juliana's going to defend. So the punch is coming to the side of the body, and Juliana's going to demonstrate by punching or by blocking and countering. 1. She blocks and then attacks. Of course, we're having Aiden move back so he doesn't get hit. Now, Ella's going to attack with the other leg forward. She's going to come in. So all your legs forward, and you're going to do a step and punch. Start with your right leg forward. Okay, go back again. So right leg forward, and then you're going to attack. So Juliana blocks and then attacks. Okay, very good. All right, Yame, stand up. So we'll have them do that again. So Aiden, you'll attack, and Ella, you'll attack, and then go ahead and just defend against that. Begin. Okay, very good. All right, Yame. So now when we do this, we have to have application to that, and that's what we just did, but then it can continue past that. What do I do with that person? They're not just going to stand there. So then we can add into the concept of taking that person down. All right, so you've hit them, and maybe they're ready to go down, but you help them by taking them down. So one more time, and we'll do this slowly. So Aiden is going to attack, and you'll have your right leg forward and attack with your left side. All right, ready? All right, here comes the attack. One, she blocks, counters, now she takes him down. No, then you're going to take him down. Go ahead, take him down. Very good, all right? Then she would move to an opposite position and attack, block, and then take down. Very good. So now the kata changes a little bit. It doesn't stay in the same format. Let's try it one more time. All right? Again, it starts out in this position of being choreographed, but then you saw Ella had to come around to the side and attack from a different position because somebody was laying in the middle of the road. All right? So here we go. Here comes the attack. Go. That is a simple demonstration of what you're doing in kata. So again, if you're training at home and you're training to this video, try to remember what is taking place, what you're doing. It's not just movements that we exercise with, but it's also a principle or a concept that you're defending yourself. All right, very good. Then, very simple in the basics that you saw, the second exercise they did. Again, we're just talking about doing good karate techniques. So, for example, if Ava's out here and I would be coaching her, right? Everybody just move back a little bit, and you're going to come to the side again, like we did, facing the mirrors. All right. The principle of your basics or your Kihon again is to remember the techniques that you're doing, but then put them into a sequence so you can practice them. So get on her eyes, right? So she's going to work on her step-in punch. 1, 2, 3. Very good. So this is good technique, very good technique. So now the principle or the purpose here is for her to be able to do those techniques correctly. So come on back again, please. And then this is where your coach comes in or your karate instructor comes in. I want you to do a bad technique. Step out of your normal things that you do and do a really bad technique. That's a compliment. Okay? So this time I want you to step in punch, but really lean forward. 1. So obviously there's some problems here. And it's not my job to coach tonight on this video, but you can see this isn't correct. She's going to be off balance. Her head's leaning forward. Not a very good position to be in. So my job would be to coach her, and then her job would be to try to do it right the next time. All right? So step back again. So this time, go ahead and punch and keep your head up. Don't do it bad. 1. So now she's doing a better technique. So that's why we practice basics, and having a coach helps that so that you can now learn how to do them correctly. Again, sometimes having a mirror is helpful. If you have a mirror at home and you can look in the mirror and practice, that's a good tool as well. All right, let's have her do one more exercise. This time, do a front kick, but do it poorly. Okay? Don't do it well, and then I'm going to show you how you would now turn this into a good training situation instead of a bad one. All right, front kick. Okay? A bad one. That wasn't too bad. It was kind of bad, but really make it bad. Again, step outside of there. Okay, very good. All right, so maybe you're following along and you're students of ours, and you can go, I know what she did wrong. And what was it? What was it?
She just kicked her leg and swung her recoil.
Okay? She kicked and swung her leg. She didn't recoil. She just kind of threw her leg out this way, and you'd be surprised how many beginning students do that, even though they've been taught the right way. So this time she's going to practice on, instead of just swinging her leg like kicking a football, she's going to coil the leg, and then as she delivers it, she'll extend with her hips and snap back. Try it again. 1. Good. Just let your hands hang down. 2. And then get a little more hip and kind of lay back a little bit as your hip extends, your upper body goes back a little bit. Not too far, just a little bit. 3. There you go. Good. Mate, turn around and do it 3 times. Begin. And then with Kihon. All right, very good. Yame. Okay, so that's the purpose of now doing Kihon. is to remember your techniques, all those that you've learned. Again, as you get higher in rank, there's things that are more difficult to demonstrate, but then also doing the technique correctly. I find over the years, 40-some years of teaching, that there have been many times I've watched martial arts and there just doesn't seem to be a lot of basics being taught, and that has to be a primary focus of our training. So not only to do the kata, but also to understand the technique and how to do it well. All right, the last thing that we're going to demonstrate then is kumite. Juliana and Aiden, why don't you come back up? Now, kumite, again, or sparring, starts out at very basic beginning level. It is not like free fighting. So you remember all the classes that we talked about. Why not free fight? Why, if these were brand new students, white belts, and why not let them free fight, or what we call free spar? And obviously the purpose is they don't know that much. They know very little as a white belt. So we reserve free sparring or that type of kumite until they get to a higher level, like a black belt level. And then it becomes more practical for them to just free spar. So first we're going to show just a little bit of the basic technique of kumite, a very low level, and what is involved here. Okay, so first thing is that they're facing each other and they're going to bow, showing respect. Respect is the greatest courtesy that you can give in the martial arts, and probably the most important thing to your martial arts, to bow, to have respect, to have courtesy for the person that you're having to deal with, if it's a self-defense situation, or even if it's just in the dojo with another training partner. Respect and courtesy is utmost importance. So they show that by bowing. Then Juliana is going to attack as she did before. So I want you to go right from there into downward block. Go ahead. No, stepping back, as we do, not freestyle, but step back. Get on garage. Bang! So right away, you might be thinking, well, that's crazy. She's too far away. And you're correct. You got it right. So now at this point, Juliana would adjust her distance so that she would be able to be within range of hitting, say, Aiden to the face target, or what we call Jodan. All right? So now I'm going to have you shift back just a little bit more so we can stay on camera. So now she has to assume this distance and know that it's correct. How do you, the more you train, the better this gets, okay? So she's going to step in and attack. I want you to step back and not block, but just move your body away. 1, 2, 3. Very good. Come on back. So you can see Aiden is moving just out of the range of her technique. If he didn't move, of course, he would get hit. Right? Then the second thing is he must understand distance from Julie, and Julie must understand the distance in attacking. If, for example, if they would make a mistake and Julie was too close or Aiden was too close, all right, now it would be very difficult for him to move out of the way. So the distance becomes very important, right? So if she would move, it'd be very hard for him to move back far enough and to get out of the way. So distance is paramount. The next thing is that we have to have timing, okay? So again, if you're at home and you're working and you don't have a partner, that's okay. You can envision a partner and envision that attack coming at you and moving at the proper time. You don't have to have a partner for everything that you do in karate. So this time, as she attacks, the distance is very important, but also timing. So now their distance is good. Please don't move, but step and punch short of his chin. So here she is, right at the level of the attack, and he's not moved. Now, if we're going to do this again, this is okay, but she could really hit him. So now, not only does he have to move and get greater distance, but he has to have the right timing. So as Juliana attacks, he's going to wait and not move at the right time. Again, don't hit him, but move after the attack. 1. Now, obviously, as you can see, he moved too late. So one of the most important things in Kumite is that you understand distance and now the concept of timing. So as Julie moves, Aiden's going to block at the same time. 1, 2, 3. Then block and count. All right, very good. Come back to one more. So now you can see that they have proper distance, they have proper technique, and they have proper timing, and that's what's important in Kumite. So I will have them just again go through this concept of Kumite using proper timing, using proper distance. Okay? All right, ready? Attacking Jodan. Ich, ni, san. Right, then Aiden will attack Jodan. Ich, ni, san. Very good. Now, as you move up in rank a little bit, there is no longer the count. Juliana will make her own count, and she'll announce the target that she's attacking for, and then when she's ready to attack, she will announce, and Aiden, if he's ready, he will say, he will respond and tell her it's okay to attack. Again, this is a very low level, getting you to understand distance and timing. All right, begin.
Jodan. Hi.
Then Aiden will return the attack.
Jodan. Hi.
All right, Yame, very good. Okay, then the last thing we're going to do just as we close out this video is just show you a little more advanced sparring in this respect. So both Aiden and Juliana have reached a higher level of training here, as well as you guys, but not quite the same here, not the same level. So just a little bit of free sparring, okay? Just kind of back and forth and let everyone see. Again, you're going to have to stay within the realm of the camera. All right, Otogai ni lei. All right, fighting stance, come in. All right, Ajman, begin. All right, so you see several techniques were thrown, a jab and a counter punch with timing much more quicker. Aiden was able to move back and block and counter the final one. Continue again, Ajman. Let's continue. Throw some different techniques. Very good. So again, you can see Juliana threw a couple techniques. Aiden came back. She blocked and countered it. So both sides are working distance and timing, executing technique. Continue. A few more. Very good. Okay. And bow. Otogai ni lei. All right. So somebody might be saying, oh, what, they didn't even touch each other. Well, that's the point. It takes much more skill to get close to somebody in a situation, a live situation where you're moving back and forth. It takes much more skill and talent to stop short of the target while someone is moving, rather than to pad up, get all kinds of headgear on, and just go crazy. There's room for that. There's an element of that that's important to bring some reality to what it's like to get hit. But again, you can't say that this type of kumite is not effective. It's effective because the skill level is very, very high in terms of what two things that we talk about, distance and timing. All right, very good. Excellent job. Okay. All right, that's going to conclude our class for this afternoon. Again, as they warmed up in the beginning and went through some of the basics of Kata, Kihon, your basics, and then your Kumite, go ahead and rewind the tape or the video and watch it, and then you can see an exercise that you can clearly do. What we did at the end was to just give you some idea of how that basic technique that we did can be taken to a much higher level. All right, so again, hope you enjoy this video and watch and get some valuable lessons out of it. All right, so many late. All right, class dismissed.